fresh water. What a lovely sight. Fresh water provides life to plants and animals in clean, green New Zealand. This is not clean. This is not fresh. Is this an example of clean, green New Zealand? Hi, I am Kayla Leonard and welcome to this exciting episode of Kid Witness News. Today we are going to talk about the polluted Piako. The Piako River is in the North Island of New Zealand. It is one of the two main rivers that form the Hauraki Plains. It passes through Ngatea, our town, before entering the Firth of Thames and the Pacific Ocean. Unfortunately, the Piako River is very polluted, which affects the health of Ngatea residents and wildlife. So, is pollution in the Piako River really a problem? What do our local people think?
Going by the colour of it, I think it is polluted. I definitely wouldn't swim in it.
Well, sometimes you see bits of rubbish and dead cows floating down the river, so I would say that it is definitely polluted.
I used to do rowing at college on the river, and I didn't think it was that polluted, but now it is.
We don't think it's that polluted.
Yeah, when it's hot, you gotta cool off somehow.
You get a little bit of a rash, but it goes away after a little while.
I drive over the bridge a lot, but I haven't noticed how dirty it is.
So, should those boys really be swimming in the river?
Our studies have shown that the Piako River is one of the most polluted rivers in the Waikato region. This graph shows dangerously high levels of phosphorus and nitrogen, which comes from fertiliser use. All tests that were taken for phosphorus and nitrogen were unsatisfactory. These contaminants cause plant and algae growth in waterways. Tests also have shown that turbidity levels are high. Turbidity is a measure of how clear the water is. As you can see, 80% of samples taken were unsatisfactory, which is not good. These three main things are important to the ecology of the river. This other graph shows dangerously high levels of the bacteria E. coli. E. coli are bugs that come from cow feces, which can make you very sick. This means you should not swim in the river.
Why is the Piako River more polluted than any other river in the area?
It's because of farming. The Piako area is heavily farmed because it has such rich soil. That means there are a lot more cows that produce more effluent.
So, is it the responsibility of the Hauraki District Council to clean up the waterways? I asked our Mayor, John Tregeter, to see what he is doing to clean up the Piako River.
Well, the Hauraki District Council is not really responsible for the river. It's more Environment Waikato's responsibility. They are kind of like the boss of a river, and it is our job to police the farmers and make sure they are doing what they should.
But the Hauraki District Council is still putting in an effort. In 1998, they released hundreds of carp into local drains and waterways. But unfortunately, they all died because of the water pollution. So, what are farmers doing to help clean up the Piako River and other local waterways? We are going to focus on 4 methods which reduce water pollution that farmers are finding success with. Fencing off waterways from cattle, creating planted waterway margins, spreading effluent away from waterways, and using organic fertiliser. Kaihiri farmer Rhys Jones was awarded an Environment Waikato Prize for the efforts he has made to reduce water pollution. He is focusing on creating fenced waterway margins and planting trees around waterways. Creating a fenced grass waterway margin stops cattle from entering the water, which reduces fecal bacteria, helps keep banks stable, and filters phosphorus and sediment from runoffs.
As you can see, I'm building fences to keep these cows out of the pond. It costs a lot of money, but it's worth everything because it's good for the environment.
Rhys Jones has also spent a lot of money planting trees around waterways. This has many positive benefits. The trees create a natural barrier so cattle cannot enter the waterways, and the roots of the trees suck up any fertiliser that would usually leach into the water. They also provide a habitat for aquatic life, fish, native birds, insects and plants. Controlling how fertiliser is applied to farms can also help prevent pollution in our local waterways. Nadia farmer Andrew Willis uses organic fertiliser on his farm. He decided to use organic fertiliser made from fish oil that helps the grass grow better but doesn't contain nitrogen or phosphorus that pollutes waterways. He uses liquid fertiliser rather than powder so it doesn't blow into waterways.
Cows do a lot of poos and wees, which farmers call effluent. The question is, where does it all go? These days, farmers use effluent spreaders to spray the effluent over the grass and away from waterways.
Central Road farmer Brian Perry uses an effluent spreader on his farm. The effluent from the shed goes through a stone trap before entering an effluent pumping system. It is then pumped across the farm and sprayed on the farmland away from waterways. Today the Piako River is highly polluted because of the intensive dairy farming. However, local farmers are doing their best to prevent further pollution.
The task of cleaning up this river isn't impossible, but we do need help to make it work. The children of today are the environmental leaders of tomorrow. Together we can make the Piako River in New Zealand clean again.